Good morning, boys and girls. It's a nice day outside today, so I thought I'd film my religion lesson outside just to give us a bit of fresh air. All right. Now, today in religion, we're going to be learning about saints. Now, you've heard about saints before, but what exactly are they? Well, saints are ordinary people like you and me who have died and gone to heaven. Huh. That's actually what saints are. But some people have the special title of saint, like instead of calling them Miss Mary MacKillop, we call them Saint Mary MacKillop. And you and I don't have the name saint in front of our name, so why do some people have a special title of saint in front of their name? Well, the reason is that some people are actually canonized saint, which means they go through a special process and are allowed to actually be called saint. Now, how does this happen? How does someone get canonized a saint? Okay, canonized a saint really means how do they get recognized as a saint? Well, there's a bit of a process to it. Okay, first of all, for someone to be recognized or canonized as a saint, you need to live a life that is very close to God and very much like Jesus taught us. That's the first step. Then, during your life, you have to do something very special, something special that really goes with what Jesus taught. Okay? So after you've lived your whole life close to God and then done something very special in your life, eventually you die, okay? Because we all die one day when we're older, okay? But years later, after you've died and gone to heaven, you actually need to perform 2 miracles, okay? Miracles like perhaps somebody who was dying gets better and the doctors don't know why. Things like that. So becoming canonized a saint is actually very, very difficult. In fact, Australia only has one canonized saint. Okay? Saint Mary of the Cross, or Mary MacKillop, which you guys have all heard about because Mary MacKillop used to live and teach in Portland. Okay? So today, I've actually got a video about how Mary MacKillop became canonized a saint. And I'm going to play that for you in a moment. But before I do, there's going to be a little quiz afterwards. So when you watch the video, I want you to really pay attention. And then, on Google Classroom, I've got some questions that I want you to answer. Okay? Give it a try.
Well, there'll be a lot of eyes on Vatican City this weekend because Australia is getting its first Catholic saint. Mary MacKillop will be canonised on Sunday at a big event at the Vatican. But who is Mary MacKillop and what does it take to become a saint? Tash asked a group of students who are making the journey overseas to join in the celebrations.
Many people have a lot of respect for this woman, Mary MacKillop. She was born in Melbourne in 1842 and died just over 100 years ago. Back then, most schools were only available to the rich, so Mary opened a free Catholic school in the South Australian town of Penola. It was actually set up in an old stable, and any child could go to the school. Mary then helped open more schools around the country, so kids could get a good education. By the time she died in 1909, she had helped set up hundreds of schools. But it takes more than just good work to be called a saint. There are thousands of Catholic saints, and they've come from all over the world. But this is the first time they've made an Australian a saint. There's a big process the Church has to follow, and it's called canonisation. In the Catholic Church, that's when the Pope declares someone who's no longer alive a saint. Special experts need to look closely at the person's entire life to make sure they were close to God, did good work, and are worthy of the special honour. Sometimes the process can take hundreds of years. They also need to have performed 2 miracles, like when someone who's dying of cancer is cured in a way that doctors can't explain. Mary will be recognised for her miracles when she's canonised at the Vatican in Rome. That's where the Pope lives, and it's where the Catholic Church is governed. When this happens, Catholics around Australia and the world will celebrate the moment through church masses and parades. Thousands of people will make their way to the Vatican to witness the big event, including these 4 students from Mary MacKillop College in Adelaide. This is one of the schools Mary set up, and these girls say they work to keep her spirit alive.
She's a role model for lots of people and someone that lots of people look up to, someone that she inspires so many people. So I think it's a pretty big deal for a lot of people.
Yeah, I think we've been so closely connected to her throughout our lives with the college and, with this chapel here. She actually lived here, so I think it's such a big deal that we actually get to see a person that's, so much related to our lives.
Yeah, she's been a big part of my life, and being able to see her become a saint and get the recognition she deserves will be amazing.
Yeah, it is a really big part of Australian history and something that we'll remember for a long time.
For Catholics, it'll be a special event. But some people don't think Mary MacKillop should be made a saint. They might have different religious beliefs or don't believe in miracles and look for other explanations. Either way, in less than a week's time, Mary MacKillop will be officially known forevermore as St Mary of the Cross MacKillop.
So, boys and girls, your task for today can be found in Google Classroom. There is a slide called Saints. And if you go into it, you can put your name here. But today, Tuesday, you have these questions to answer. These questions are all about the video you just watched about Mary MacKillop. So, who was Mary MacKillop? What did she do that was special? How many miracles do you need to become a saint? What is it called when the Pope declares someone a saint? And how long does it take to be declared a saint? So all these answers were in that short video, that BTN video that I showed you. Jot an answer next to each one, and that's all for today. Now tomorrow, Wednesday, you have a different task. For tomorrow, I've actually got 2 small jobs here. Okay, you have to choose 2 saints from this list and write 4 facts about each. Okay, now I've said here you don't need to read all the information about them because it's quite a bit. So for example, I've got a few different people here. I've got St. Patrick here, okay, St. Francis of Assisi, St. Christopher, St. Catherine of Siena, and St. Teresa of Calcutta. Okay, now you only have to pick 2 of these, and then you have to find 4 facts about them. So for example, let's say I choose St. Francis of Assisi here. I'll click on him, okay, and I'll go to the website. Now this website will have lots of information about St. Francis. You can watch the video if you'd like. There's also just some writing down here. Now, like I've said, you don't need to read it all. There's quite a lot here, and I'm not expecting you guys to read all of this. So instead, you're just looking for 4 facts. Okay, now we can see some facts right up the top here. Okay, feast day. This day, what day do we celebrate St. Francis of Assisi? Okay, October 4th. You can also see he's the patron saint. Okay, this means he's got like a special job. Okay, and that is of animals. So St. Francis of Assisi is a patron saint of animals. Okay, also merchants and ecology. Okay, he was born, what year he was born, and what year he died. Now, please don't just have all these 4. Maybe have a little look down here and find 1 or 2 from down here if you can. And you might be able to find a little bit. See, for example, Francis enjoyed a very rich, easy life growing up because of his father's wealth. He grew up very rich. Okay, you could put that in as one of your facts. Okay, so have a bit of a read of this if you are comfortable. If not, find 4 facts and put them in, but you don't have to read it all. Okay, and just jot your facts down here. So fact 1, and then fact 2, fact 3, and fact 4. Okay? So that's it, boys and girls. Give those questions a try for both Tuesday and Wednesday. And afterwards, please put your answers on the Google slide, and I look forward to seeing how you guys go. Thanks a lot. See you later.